Hi there, it's Carolina, the nerdy teacher from Nerdy Teacher Tech Talks. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. This is my first web session. Okay, so I've got to start off with something really cool, right? Something that has just completely transformed my classroom this year. Something that's really helped me save time. So what tech tool do I want to talk about first? I want to talk about Quizalize. Okay, first of all, Quizalize is amazing because the Quizalize people, they actually listen to teacher feedback. So they're constantly, consistently trying to make this program better. I love that. I absolutely love that. So there's two different parts of the program. There's Quizalize, that's the part where the teacher makes the quizzes. And then there's Zzish, the part that the kids go to so that they can play the games. And then the games actually collect the data, and then you can get that data instantaneously. So I'm sitting there watching my kids have a good time, and then they are getting all of this instructional review over what we've covered the last couple weeks in class, and then I can find out who's got it and then who's struggling. And then the kids that have it, they can do extension activities that I've designed for them. And then the kids that are struggling, I can go and work with them one-on-one, which is what teachers want to do. You want to make sure that all your kids have mastered the content. So this program allows you to get all this information very rapidly, and then I can adjust my instruction based off of the data, which is amazing. So sit back, relax, and let's get to know Quizalize and Zzish. Hi everybody. Okay, so let's go ahead and learn how to make a Quizalize quiz. I was actually talking to one of my friends during lunch today, and she'd mentioned that she wanted to use Quizalize, but it didn't seem like it was too user-friendly. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to show her how easy it is actually to make a Quizalize quiz. A lot of people just don't have time to sit down and learn how to use a new tool like Quizalize, but once you learn how to make them, like I said, super easy, and then it ends up saving you a lot of time, and then you also know where your students are at. So instead of spending hours and hours and hours grading quizzes by hand, you just make this one quiz, the program collects all this data, and then you know exactly where your kids are in the content that we're studying in class. So let's build a quiz first so you can see how easy this is, and I hope that you use this tool in your classroom. I started using it at the beginning of this year, and I obviously made 25 quizzes at this point because I love it so much. Okay, so let's click on New Quiz. Up here at the top, what do you want to call this? I want to call this the Solar System Quiz. Right here I could enter a learning goal if I wanted to, but remember I don't have any time because I'm a teacher and I'm trying to knock this out. So then I hit add a question like you saw, and then I add a question. So I'm going to put how many planets are in our solar system. So this is very easy to do. You just type in the question that you want to have on your quiz, and then you put in the correct answer. So let's see, I use this little saying with my kids to help them remember the planets in order in our solar system. So my very excellent mother just served us nachos. I love this part of the program where I can go ahead and put an answer explanation down here at the bottom. So I'm going to put my very excellent mother just served us nachos. I use mnemonic devices. I use all sorts of crazy things like go grams goes into the calculator first. Whatever I use in the classroom, I put that in the answer explanation. So whenever, if they do get a question wrong, then they say, oh my gosh, remember when she did go grams in class? And oh, now I remember how to do that. Okay, so then you would put your correct answer in, and that would be 8 planets. And then you would put your incorrect answers in. And then another really cool feature is that you can use images. So you just click the little button that says use images, and then you upload a picture. Or you can add an image by URL. And I want to use this picture. So if you by accident click on the wrong thing, this is also really cool. You would just hit remove image. It'll take it off, but I want to have this picture in here. And then another feature that I really like is that you can move the questions up and down. Say for instance I don't want this to be the first question, I can actually move it down lower in the quiz. Over here on the side, you've got duration, and this is how long it lasts. My kids kind of get stressed out by the timer, so I'll show you in a little bit how to turn that off if your kids don't like the timer. Then you would add another question. So the sun, whoopsies, the sun is a star. I put planet for incorrect. Moon. You could put an explanation if you wanted to, and then you would continue to add questions. What I typically do is I add between 15 and 20 questions to a quiz. Then you hit save, which is down here, save, bottom right hand corner, and then you would hit finish. Save. Okay, my quiz has been saved, and then I'm gonna finish that. Okay, so then it says, boom, your excellent quiz is ready to play. I love it. Then I can see what my quiz looks like. And I love to look at this because then I know if I've made any mistakes on my answer choices, and I can pretend to be a kid. I am a big kid. What am I saying? I'm just like all the other 6th graders. I'm just in a larger body. Okay, that's why they love me so much. So I'm gonna hit start. How many planets are in our solar system? Okay, so up here it says how many questions there are. You can see your score. All right, and just because I want you to see how the little tricks and tips pop up at the bottom whenever you type them in for your kids, I'm going to go ahead and put an incorrect answer choice. And you can see down here that my little trick came up. My very excellent mother just served us nachos. The kids really love this, especially when it's things that you use in the classroom. I tell the kids not to focus on the time. They like to look at their score. They do want to get them all correct. I have a thing that I do with my kids. I tell them they have to purple out before they can move on to an advanced activity, which means they have to get every single question correct. I want to make sure that they master all the content. So my kids are really keen on purpling out. That means getting them all right. Okay, and then here's my second question. The sun is a star. And then I'm going to hit next. And then this will give you your score. I tell my kids not to really pay attention to this. They want to make sure that they get all of their questions correct, which I will show you in the Zzish part of the video series. Okay, so I'm going to close out of that, and I want to show you how easy it is to assign a quiz to your class. So you just go to give it to my class. You hit whatever you want to on the screen. So right now, use sounds. My kids really like the sounds, so I leave those on. Randomize question order, all that is making sure that they don't all have the same question at the same time. I really love that. I don't want them to cheat off one another. I want to know what they actually know. I always put all my questions because all the questions I have, I want to make sure that they understand the content that we've covered in class with any activities or labs that we've covered. I turn off the timer. I keep the feedback on. It will drive them crazy if you turn off the correct answer. They're like, I don't even know. When you turn off the correct answer, it's really hard to use it as a remediation tool. I use it as a remediation tool in class. So if they get the wrong answer, then they see what the correct answer is. And then when they go through a second time when they're trying to purple out, then they're seeing the correct answer over and over again and trying to understand why they're getting it wrong. If I see that they keep getting those questions incorrect, then that's when I pull them up in small group and then we have discussions, and I'll show you that part in the Zzish part of the video that I'm going to show you later on. Okay, and then down here at the bottom you can also do mastery mode. I use that sometimes with my students if I don't have a lot of time, and what that is it goes through any ones that they get wrong, it pops them up at the very beginning again, and they just try to get the ones that they got wrong right at that point. So you could put that on, but I don't normally use mastery mode. Okay, then after you've picked all the things that you want to do for your settings, and you hit continue. And then it takes a couple seconds because we're actually moving to the Zzish or Zzish part of the program. And then you click on whatever class period you want to assign it to. And I'm actually going to put it on class 1. And I usually assign it for a year because I don't want to mess with it. And you know, it's available for whenever they want to use it. They wanted a review for a final exam, they could totally play all the quizzes that they'd covered in a particular semester, and then all I have to do is I could save it and give it to another class if I wanted to, And that's what I do for each one of my class periods usually, or I could just hit finish. And there you go. It's ready to have my kids go and play the game. You can launch the game and watch it work. So what I'll do in the second video of this series is show you how to use Zzish or Zzish. We always have discussions in my class about what we want to call it and which one's more fun to say. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope you come back and watch the Zzish part of the video.